Welcome back to the channel, your daily dose of simple, science-backed nutrition and wellness wisdom designed to slot seamlessly into even the busiest of schedules. Here, every tip, recipe, and quick hack is chosen to help you build a healthier routine without overhauling your life overnight. Whether you're squeezing in a midweek workout, looking for fiber-rich swaps to keep you full and focused, or craving a caffeine-free energy boost, you'll find actionable ideas that respect your time and taste buds. Think of this space as your personal wellness laboratory. Each video is an experiment you can try immediately, with measurable results and no complicated jargon. You'll learn how to prime your mornings for productivity, navigate social gatherings without derailing progress, and cultivate sustainable habits that stick long after the likes and comments fade
Running
away.
late again? You're not alone. In our busy lives, convenience often comes at a premium, especially when it comes to protein bars. Store shelves are packed with options that promise all the gains, but demand $3 or more per bar. What if I told you that for less than 65 cents you could craft 12 homemade bars loaded with protein, fiber, and healthy fats, and that you'd know exactly what's inside each one?
No backing. No weird preservatives. No BS.
Today, I'm taking you from countertop to cutting board on a step-by-step journey to making DIY protein bars on a budget. By the end of this voiceover, you'll have the confidence to mix, press, slice, and store a week's worth of bars for under $5 total, transforming your snack game and your wallet in one fell swoop. Let's kick things off with a quick myth bust. Quality snacks have to be expensive. Manufacturers spend big on fancy packaging, celebrity endorsements, and flashy retail displays. You pay not just for the ingredients but for the marketing machine. When you make your own bars at home, you skip all that overhead. Your dollars go directly into real food, peanut butter, oats, honey, and protein powder, rather than glossy wrappers and brand markups. And because you're measuring every tablespoon and scoop, you know exactly how many grams of protein, carbs, and fats you're eating down to the nearest decimal point. Before we grab our saucepans, let's walk through the total cost breakdown. A typical jar of creamy peanut butter runs about $3 and gives you roughly 10 servings at 2 tablespoons each. A basic tub of plain protein powder often costs $20 for around 50 scoops, so 40 cents per scoop. A 5-pound bag of rolled oats might set you back $4, translating to about 33 cents for a cup. A 12-ounce bottle of honey costs $6, which works out to roughly 25 cents per 2 tablespoon serving. Add a splash of milk, dairy or plant-based, at about 10 cents per quarter cup. Total, 65 cents per bar. 12 bars. Under $5. No battery of fancy equipment required. Go ahead and gather your tools: a medium saucepan, a wooden spoon or silicone spatula, a half-sheet baking pan lined with parchment paper or plastic wrap, a digital kitchen scale, optional but ideal for precision, a measuring cup, and a knife for slicing. That's it. If you don't own a saucepan, a microwave-safe bowl will work. Just nuke in short bursts and stir between each interval. The simpler your toolkit, the faster you'll see these bars on your plate. Now let's dive into step 1. Place your saucepan over the lowest heat setting. Add 1 cup of creamy peanut butter, creamy because it binds more smoothly, and 2 tablespoons of honey. The honey acts as both a sweetener and a natural preservative, keeping your bars fresh without any chemical additives. This ratio, 1 cup peanut butter to 2 tablespoons honey, strikes a balance of structural integrity and chewiness. Too little honey and your bars crumble. Too much and they become gummy. As the pan warms, drizzle in a 1/4 cup of milk. It thins the mixture just enough to hydrate dry ingredients later, while lending creaminess and a hint of dairy protein. If you're vegan or avoiding dairy, almond milk or oat milk works fine. Just choose an unsweetened variety to prevent your bars from turning into dessert. Stir continuously with your spoon or spatula. The goal is to melt the peanut butter and honey together into a homogeneous, glossy syrup in under 2 minutes. You'll know it's ready when tiny ripples form in the surface and the sides of the pan release easily with each stir. Remove from heat immediately to avoid scorching. With your warm peanut honey base off the flame, it's time for step 2. Mixing in the dry ingredients. Measure out 2 cups of rolled oats and pour them directly into the saucepan. These aren't steel-cut oats. You want quick-to-cook rolled oats for their neutral flavor and ideal chew. Stir them in swiftly so each flake is coated in the warm syrup. Next, add 2 scoops of your favorite protein powder. vanilla, chocolate, or unflavored if you plan on customizing later. Unflavored gives you complete control. Vanilla adds a hint of sweetness that partners nicely with peanut butter and honey. As you fold in the protein powder, watch the texture transform from a loose granola-like mix to a tacky dough. If it feels too dry, crumbly rather than cohesive, add a teaspoon of water or milk, a little at a time, until the mixture just sticks together when pressed between your fingers. If it feels too wet, sloppy, or oily, stir in a tablespoon of additional oats or protein powder. You're looking for a Play-Doh consistency. Pliable, not sticky, and holding shape. Once you've hit that sweet spot, you're ready for step 3. Line your half-sheet pan with parchment paper or plastic wrap, letting the edges hang over the sides for easy removal. Transfer the dough from the saucepan into the center of the pan. Now comes the satisfying part, pressing. Use the flat bottom of a glass, a small cutting board, or your clean hands to flatten the dough into an even layer about 3/4 of an inch thick. Focus on smoothing the surface so your bars slice neatly later. If you see any gaps or loose edges, simply pat them down until everything is compact. Pop the pan into the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. During this chilling interval, the honey and peanut butter firm up, locking the oats and protein powder into a cohesive bar. If you're short on time, you can accelerate the process by placing the pan in the freezer for 15 minutes. Just don't forget it, or you'll end up chiseling at frozen rock. While your bars are chilling, let's talk add-ins. This is where you can get creative with flavor, texture, and nutritional boosts. Stir in a 1/4 cup of mini dark chocolate chips for melty pockets of cocoa, or swap them for cacao nibs if you prefer crunch over ooze. Diced dried apricots or cranberries add tart sweetness and a hit of vitamin C. Chia or flax seeds contribute fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, and a tiny gelatinous quality that helps with binding. If you like a nut butter duo, swirl in a few tablespoons of almond butter for a marbled effect. For spice lovers, a dash of cinnamon or a pinch of sea salt on top elevates the flavor profile dramatically. Whatever you choose, keep total add-ins under half a cup so you don't throw off the bar's structural integrity. When the timer dings, remove the pan from the fridge. Lift the parchment edges to slide the firm bar block onto a cutting board. With a sharp knife, ideally one that's warmed under hot water and dried, slice the block into 12 equal bars. If you want neat squares instead, go for 16. Each slice should reveal a dense, uniform interior dotted with oats, swirls of nut butter, and the occasional chocolate speck or berry fragment. Congratulations! You now have a dozen DIY protein bars ready to fuel workouts, satisfy post-school hunger, or replace an expensive convenience food in your desk drawer. Let's cover storage. Layer bars in an airtight container with parchment or wax paper between each layer to prevent sticking. Store in the refrigerator for up to 1 week. If you'd like to meal prep farther in advance, freeze in zip-top bags for up to 1 month. Thaw in the fridge or at room temperature for 10 minutes before eating. Nutrition-wise, each bar delivers approximately 200 calories, 10 grams of protein, 20 grams of carbs, and 8 grams of healthy fats, though these numbers will vary slightly depending on your protein powder and add-in choices. Compared to a $3 store-bought bar that often hides gums, stabilizers, and palm oil, you're getting clean ingredients you can pronounce and control, plus the satisfaction of a kitchen-made creation. Before we wrap up, here are some advanced tips and troubleshooting hacks. If your bars taste too sweet, reduce the honey by 1 tablespoon and compensate with a bit more protein powder or oats. If they're too dry, drizzle an extra teaspoon of almond milk into the mix. For an extra chewy chew, mix in a few teaspoons of almond flour or ground flaxseed. To boost fiber, stir in 3 tablespoons of instant wheat bran. If you want a crisp on the outside, sprinkle a light dusting of coconut sugar over the top before chilling. You can also transform these bars into bites. After chilling, use a small cookie scoop to roll the mixture into 24 energy balls instead of bars. No cutting required, and the perfect grab-and-go shape for lunchboxes or hiking packs. And there you have it, DIY protein bars on a budget with no baking,
Your future
No gimmicks
self
and
will
endless
thank you.
customization.
If you leave here with
12
one
bars
new
for under
insight,
$5,
tip, or tasty
made with
recipe
real peanut
idea,
butter,
consider
oats,
today a win.
honey, and
Don't
protein
forget
powder.
to subscribe and
Next
tap the
time you're tempted
notification
by
bell
that $3
so our
bar,
weekly healthy
remember,
hacks land
you
straight
hold
in
the
your
power
feed.
and the
I love
whisk
hearing
in
which
your own
ideas
kitchen.
resonate most.
Drop a
so
comment
your
with your favorite
questions,
flavor
feedback,
combo.
or your own quick
Let me know
prep
how your
creations
bars
in the
turned
comments
out.
below.
And don't
before you
forget to
go,
subscribe for
explore
more
the video
budget-friendly,
library for deep dives
high-impact
into meal
fitness
prep
eats.
secrets,
Until
morning
next
mobility
time,
routines,
happy mixing
and
and
simple
happy
mindset
gains.
shifts that turn small actions into big results. Until next time, stay curious, stay consistent, and keep thriving.